Our membership's been $39.95 since 2001, and for a good reason. So that you have enough room that when you do make money here at Phil's Gang, and you will, because you're going to learn how to short stocks, that there's enough room to send some money to St. Jude. That's why we never raised our price. And that's why we give you good value. So, you want to continue with good value, good information, be on the right side of the market? Join my gang, philsgang.com, where the price has not moved, where we fight inflation. philsgang.com.
What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264. When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day it goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners or shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com. The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
GDP first look at third quarter up 2.6%. Better than expected. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
But the president didn't tell you why. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. They don't tell you why. It's like, wow, wait a minute, how did we get there? We had 2 quarters negative back to back. Now all of a sudden things are great again? No, they're not great again. The GDP, remember, this was all from oil. Majority of it was from oil. But here's what it did for us. That GDP being where it is, we now have an answer why Biden decided to take oil from the strategic reserve, then export it to Unipec America. Who's that? That's a Chinese communist oil trader and refiner. The American part, Unipec American, they're partners with the Biden family. So that oil that they took out of the strategic reserve, shipped over to China, they refine it over there, and then they send it back to us, to the gasoline to the gas stations. And the timing couldn't be more perfect. The reason, here we are 2 weeks out from the midterm elections, and all of a sudden GDP goes up. It was all because of the oil exports. And remember, they were taking oil and they were selling oil. And by the way, think about it. The gasoline at the pump, that didn't make any difference. If you have an average tank, say 15 gallons, all you saved when you top that tank off was $1.50. Not even that if your tank's half full. So there was no benefit to us, the consumer. The benefit was for Biden to create an illusion of this GDP. But the real story here, which the media doesn't report on, is not the GDP. We're going to go right back to a negative GDP the first and second quarter. I hope everybody understands that. We're going to go, you watch, the first quarter, 2023, the second quarter are going to be back-to-back negative. I mean, this is a joke how they timed this to do this using oil. I mean, just amazing. But the media is not going to report this. They not going to report how that gasoline first went over to a refiner owned by the Biden family and the Chinese, the Red Chinese, the Communist Party, Unipec. Not going to report that. So when it's refined, remember, think about it. The Bidens not only cashed in on it, but it also served the purpose of increasing the GDP. So I wish somebody would report on that, but they don't. Now, we all can agree that the Chinese, the Communist Party, is trying to overtake America. We understand that. That's no secret. Trump knew that very well. And one of the reasons, and this is what gets me about Biden, one of the reasons that Trump pulled out of the 12-nation Trans-Pacific Partnership, that was a partnership with all these Pacific Rim countries. You're talking like Vietnam and a bunch of others. Because the corporations would make a fortune because they can outsource all their stuff over to these countries, Singapore and Vietnam, and I'll get the other names to them. But they could send all those goods over there. We'd lose thousands of jobs. And so Trump made a good decision. And one of the reasons why he pulled out of it and blew the thing apart, he didn't want China, the superpower. He didn't want them participating in the deal because they would have benefited. He didn't want to do that. What Trump wanted to do is just blow it apart, and he did. And then he'll himself will push forward with his own agenda, and he would be meeting with all the different countries, made his own deals. That's what happened. Now, of course, what's happening now is Biden, like everything else, as soon as he got in office, he blew that up. Now they're putting the deal back together. So Biden now is putting back a deal that's going to cost thousands and thousands of our jobs. And he's going to be, again, snugging up to China. And this is going to cause, again, inflation. So this is unbelievable. He should be taking advantage of the war in Ukraine. He should be be powerful, be strong, and take advantage of the war in China, and then put fear in China, and then isolate Russia. Do something like that. But he doesn't do any of this stuff. He's subservient to China to increase the wealth of the Biden family. I mean, this oil company is a joke. How could the Biden family be partners in an oil company? And they even named it America. I mean, can you imagine? I mean, this is amazing. But that's what they're doing. So either Biden doesn't get it, okay, but I think he does. He's not that stupid. So now Biden is working with the Chinese Communist Party, put the 12-nation Trans-Pacific Partnership together, and it's going to benefit China. And another thing that's going on with China that's really hurting us with inflation is the U.S. dollar. Do you know that China's now holding $1.8 trillion U.S. dollars? Now, Biden, unlike Trump, Trump didn't want them to have a lot of dollars. He kept trying to curb their dollars. Biden, unlike Trump, is doing nothing to curb the amount of dollars China is holding, $1.8 trillion. And they're doing that to keep the yuan weak, which makes China's exports competitive. Not ours. We get screwed. The consequence for us is our dollar is so strong because they're hoarding the dollars. We have a dollar shortage. And not just because of that. We also have a dollar shortage because we have investors buying dollars and dumping their euros. Okay, anybody in Europe will tell you that they're dumping all the euros to get the dollar, and also the dollar. The investors buy dollars when they're fighting inflation, when the United States is fighting inflation, and all these underdeveloped nations borrow in dollars. So we have this, and there's huge debt, and we have this big dollar shortage, and that's causing us, we can't compete. We can't sell our goods overseas, which hurts our earnings. And who's competing with us? China. By hoarding the dollars, they're keeping their currency weak so they can compete overseas. They can make their imports cheaper. We can't do that. None of this is being, handled in the right way by Biden. I mean, he just lets all this happen. This is crazy. And that's why when I keep hearing, buying a dip, things are good, buying a dip, we're turning around. Today, oh, look at this, GDP's up. No, it's not. It was financially engineered, just like for 13 years they financially engineered the stock market. And when I say stock market, I'm talking tech stocks, which everybody got rich on. Now they're getting poor on. People are holding on their tech stocks. They're down 30%. They're going to go down even further. Because remember, for 13 years, those stocks went up only based on what? QE. So please, I keep telling you, stop listening about buying on these dips. This market's going to go lower after these rallies, especially the rally going into the midterm election. We'll be right back after this break.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
What, are you nuts? Coffee's up 92%, lumber's up 67%, heating oil, 60%, gasoline 55%. I understand why you guys are telling me to raise my rates here at Phil's Gang, but we haven't raised our rates since 2001. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I'm not going to raise my rates. Our membership's been $39.95 since 2001, and for a good reason. So that you have enough room that when you do make money here at Phil's Gang, and you will, because you're going to learn how to short stocks, that there's enough room to send some money to St. Jude. That's why we never raised our price. And that's why we give you good value. So, you want to continue with good value, good information, be on the right side of the market? Join my gang, philsgang.com, where the price has not moved, where we fight inflation. philsgang.com.
Are you a stock market investor without all the information?
What, are you nuts? Market's going up, market's going down. We're getting all this bad information.
How do you invest intelligently? Phil Grandy can show you.
If you want real information and you really want to know what the market's going to do and you want the truth, go to my site, philsgang.com, and also listen to me on my radio show every weekday at 3 o'clock Eastern.
Phil's got the answers at philsgang.com.
That's philsgang.com, where you get the truth and you get the information you need about the market.
With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, We recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
Warning, Google, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Facebook, all these hot stocks are going to crash. They're going to drop as much as 60, 70%. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Exactly what happened in the dot-com days is going to repeat itself. Remember, 85% of people lose money in the stock market because they don't know when to get out. I fixed that with my color code technology chart. It tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. That's right. Make sure you check it out. It's free for 10 days. philsgang.com. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. Over the years, I've successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, the advice, and the software that will take your investing to the next level. I have a team comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. And Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to run like hell, even short. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. You don't have to be a seasoned investor to benefit from Phil's Gang and platform. No matter what level investor you are, my strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for the 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Avoid market pitfalls and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Who doesn't love a yellow school bus, right? Can you raise your hand if you love a yellow school bus, right? Just, there's something about and most of us, many of us went to school on the yellow school bus.
You sound insane. Do you realize that? You should be medicated.
Can you imagine? She's the vice president. Here we are, 40-year high inflation. China, who wants to be the number one country in the world, is killing us, hoarding our dollars, which means their currency will be weak. That means they can sell their goods around the world pretty cheap. We can't compete. And this is what she's thinking about? A stupid school bus? When we can't compete with China because our currency is too strong because they have $1.8 trillion? Are you kidding me? Trade deficits are getting worse because that's the problem. When you have these trade deficits because of the dollar, because again we can't export our goods, so we end up with a trade deficit that reduces the income of all you working folks. And she's talking about yellow school buses. So Main Street workers are having a tough time. They can't save. The jobs they get are terrible jobs, service jobs. How are they going to save? And if you can't save, that's very negative for our country's growth. And don't believe for a minute our GDP went up 2.3 or whatever the hell it was. 2.6%, that's a joke. When you can't save, that's so bad for our economy. We can't grow. Jobs don't grow. Wages become stagnant. Then when we have little savings, we can't have startup businesses, which is the backbone of our country. Always been. Start-up businesses are the back. And without savings at the bank, An entrepreneur can't walk in and say, hey, can I borrow money? I got an idea. I want to start. No. You can borrow it, okay, but we're going to charge you 15%. What? Yeah, sorry. Because that's called crowding out. Because the government says, hey, no, you savers. We'll give you 4%. We'll give you 4.2% in 2 years. Why are you keeping it in the bank at 0.25%? So they shift all the money out of the banks over to the government, and now we can't start businesses. We can't, and that's where all the jobs are. Startup business, that's where 72% of our jobs come from. Can't do that either. And how Biden is going to go ahead and continue, do nothing about the dollar shortage. And by the way, with the TPP, he's going to go back to that agreement again with the 12 nations. Do you know he's not even negotiating on the tariffs? Do you know that one of the reasons why Trump blew up the TPP, the Trans-Pacific Partnership, those 12 nations, because they wouldn't budge on, if we we wanted to sell cars even to China or any of those nations, it was a 72% tariff. Our car makers had to pay 72% to get our cars into Vietnam or into Singapore, wherever. They wouldn't drop that. All the agricultural products that we sell to those countries, they get a 40% tariff. They wouldn't budge. And Biden's going back, oh, that's okay. That's fine. We'll keep the tariffs on. Don't worry about it. Can you give my son and I another deal? So this is what's behind this market. Earnings. Don't fall for these earnings. These earnings, we don't have good earnings. Going forward, understand what I said. I told you on January 16, 2018, the market would start crashing, and it did. Now I'm telling you this. When we get done with the first quarter of 2023, it will be a negative GDP. The second quarter will be a negative GDP. And I think by then, we'll be going down, at least we're going to add on to our S&P, where we're going down 20%. We'll add on another 20 to 30% after these rallies. They can't, you understand what's going on? We can't rally out of this downtrend channel. It's terrible, this channel. We can't, because there's nothing to rally us out. We need QE. But if you have QE, we're going into depression, because that's just going to boost up inflation. There is nothing this man has done. It's helping America. I mean, and the stupid stuff they're talking about, yellow school bus, that's what they're concerned about? Oh, my God.
Who doesn't love a yellow school bus, right? Can you raise your hand if you love a yellow school bus, right?
Oh, my God. And then we got the owl. She's hooting around at the White House. Yeah, here's what she's saying.
Is the White House observing instances of voter suppression in Georgia and other states that adopted some of these laws over the last 2 years?
I'm not going to get into specifics of what Georgia voters are doing. What I am saying is that, generally speaking, again, more broadly speaking, of course, high turnout and voter suppression can take place at the same time.
Oh, I see. So they were saying how nobody's going to vote. No one was going to vote. All these new rules and so forth, nobody's going to vote. Voter suppression, nobody's going to show up. Historic number of people are showing up. And she says, well, that's okay. You can have both at the same time. A historic number of people showing up to vote at the same time. People are being suppressed. And all these things I went over with you just a minute ago. What's going on in our country? Nobody's taking care of it. So how does that, all this political crap we're talking about, how does that affect the market? Big time. Because with a dollar shortage, we're in trouble. Big trouble. Our corporations are going to get screwed big time. And that's why Biden's putting the TPP back together, because who benefits? The corporations. They can now start outsourcing again and throw everybody out of work again. This is crazy. So, the stock market right now, okay, we're having this rally, not in the tech stocks. Tech stocks are done with. If you're buying these tech stocks, you're buying into these tech stocks on the basis, hey, a dip is good. I'm telling you, you're going to be in so much trouble. And the other stocks that are going up, trust me, They're not going to hold. They're not. Talk about that when we get back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. When the stock market is volatile, how do you invest intelligently?
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. There's no need for you to be panicking in a market that goes up 800 points one day, 700 points, then it goes down again. All you need is good advice, need good direction. You don't get that from your CNBC and the Fox business and all these crazy shows. You don't. Here's what you get from them. Thank you, Jim Cramer. But this is something that this really bugs me. Listen to this.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What? Their responsibility is to their partners and shareholders and not to you? Check my site out, philsgang.com.
When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need the experience of Phil Grandy at philsgang.com.
What a difference it makes in your financial life. philsgang.com. It works. Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG. Try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Are you tired of being lied to about some magical economic recovery that only benefits the 1%? And then when the market does collapse, you're sitting there calling your broker, what do I do? When you should be shorting? Learn how to short the market. Continue to listen to my radio show, philsgang.com. Become a member, only $39.95 a month, and learn how to short.
Don't wait. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. If you want to invest your money and grow your wealth, just listen to Phil Grandy.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. There's many reasons to listen to a radio show, but I think to listen to my show, you get the truth. You get clarity, and you get great information.
No matter what level of investor you are, Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success.
You know what? Most of all, it's fun. philsgang.com. Clarity, good information, and fun. What, are you nuts? Coffee's up 92%. Lumber's up 67%. Heating oil, what, 60%? Gasoline, 55%. I understand why you guys are telling me to raise my rates here at Phil's Gang, but we haven't raised our rates since 2001. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I'm not going to raise my rates. Our membership's been $39.95 since 2001, and for a good reason. So that you have enough room that when you do make money here at Phil's Gang, and you will, because you're going to learn how to short stocks, that there's enough room to send some money to St. Jude. That's why we never raised our price. And that's why we give you good value So you want to continue with good value, good information, be on the right side of the market? Join my gang, philsgang.com, where the price has not moved, where we fight inflation. philsgang.com.
Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Hey, good afternoon, Phil's Gang. It's Steve Celeste, the Director of Education here at philsgang.com. Just want to show you how to sign up for the 10-day free trial. Simply go to the top of the website. That's philsgang.com, www.philsgang.com. At the top of the site, you're going to click on Get Started. On the next page, you're going to click on the big red banner that says 10-day free trial working investor plan, and that's all you got to do. And back to you, Phil.
Thank you, Steve. And don't forget now, every day, every morning, as we're in this crisis, go to my YouTube channel. As I do my coffee talk with my gang and give them stocks that we should be buying and selling short, I do a special YouTube every morning. It's free, doesn't cost you a penny, where we talk about, or I answer the biggest question you have in your mind. What do you think the market's going to do? Especially you people who've been losing 20, 30% in your portfolios, 15%, which is crazy. You don't need to do that. So if you go to my site, I'll give you an insight on what the market is going to do, not just for that day, but for the long term. For the long term. And then what you should do is take that knowledge, okay, and why don't you just join the gang for 10 days? It's free. And understand how you should be investing in stocks properly. Properly, what's that mean, properly? It means when the market goes down, you should be making money on the market going down. When the market goes up, you make money on the market going up. For God's sakes. Whoever said you only can make money in the market when stocks go up? And you got to be running around looking at 5,000 stocks that's trying to find a stock that's going up. And when you get frustrated, you hire these dopes, or you listen to CNBC, or you listen to Fox. Boy, they're really good. They really helped you out a lot, haven't they? Varney, he's down 36% or 30%. He's lost over 30% on Microsoft. 30%. Now, wait a minute. He's giving you advice, and he lost 30% of Microsoft. Not only didn't he know how to short, he had no idea it was going to keep going down. He doesn't even know what a downtrend channel is. 99% of people don't even know what a downtrend channel is, and that's the sad part. And that's why, if you for 10 days, you get a free education for 10 days. You couldn't get it at Harvard when it comes to the market for 10 days. And the beautiful thing there in those 10 days, you can ask Steve anything you want. He's our education program. You can ask him about your stock. What should you do? Should I buy? Should I sell? Should I add to it? You got questions about your stock? I mean, 10 days, you got an option. You got someplace to go where it makes sense. You should never be sitting there going, oh, my God, the market's down. The only way you're going to be going, oh, my God, the market's down, what do I do? It's because you believe in the myth of buy and hold. You believe in that myth. Which you got to understand, it goes against everything that I've learned about investing. It goes against it. It goes against the principle of investing. The first thing is risk management. Risk management. Buy and hold has become a favorite tool for all these dopes, these managers who have little skill, little effort. They're lazy. They have little intelligence. They just sit there and ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. So go to my site with your question, what's the market going to do? I'll answer for you every day. And then go to my site, go to philsgang.com, Working Investor Group, hit where it says Get Started, and you got 10 days free. And you got the best charts, I believe, in the world. All these charts that people advertise, everybody advertises charts. One the other day I opened up, I looked at, I said, what the hell did he's got for sale? I thought that was a chart to get somebody from here on Earth to Pluto. That's what I really thought it was. I thought it was how to get from here to Pluto in a spaceship, and they were telling you how to run the spaceship. I've been in this business over 50 years. I couldn't even understand the charts. And if I dug up J.P. Morgan, he's second to motion. It's too complicated. Everybody makes it so complicated, so you got to depend on somebody. We don't. We make it easy here. Make it easy. And we got the best tools. So check it out, for God's sakes. It's free. And then at the end of 10 days, you decide not to stay with us. That's fine. But if you take the knowledge we gave you on how to buy a stock properly, how to sell a stock short properly, you make some money. Please help St. Jude. Okay, listen to this. This is unbelievable, right? Listen to this. Oh, I want to go back to the Kamala here, too. But first, here this morning.
Republicans are demanding answers about Hunter Biden's business with the Chinese Communist Party, as the 634-page report on Hunter's laptop has finally been released, sparking questions about Hunter's cozy relationship with his Chinese secretary and why she was urging, quote, Uncle Joe to run for president, as the Bidens were taking in millions from Chinese energy company CEFC with ties to the CCP.
That's right. I just told you what's going on with that. They're selling oil from to get the GDP up, get those numbers up, selling oil from our strategic petroleum storage facility to China. Anyways, now, what's really got me upset is what they are focusing on, what this administration's focusing on. And you telling me you're going to buy in a dip when they're focusing on a bus.
Who doesn't love a yellow school bus?
Who doesn't love a yellow school bus?
I ride the short bus, I'm retarded. I ain't trying to buzz, let's get it started. I'm especially, I'm so stupid.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And then Biden, guess what he's focusing on to kill inflation? She's going to get these school buses. She loves school buses. That's going to take inflation down. Now, guess what he's working on?
Some airlines, if you want 6 more inches between you and the seat in front, you pay more money. Look, folks, these are junk fees. They're unfair and they hit marginalized Americans the hardest, especially low-income folks and people of color.
That's a lot of nuts!
Can you imagine he's focusing on that? Are you kidding? That's how he's going to get inflation down? But on the other hand, he goes and spends all this crazy money, this spending, which is causing the inflation. And how are we going to get out of this downtrend channel? You think you're going to keep buying on the dip when he's doing all these stupid things with China that's helping China? Do you understand what it means when they're hoarding money? It makes China the superpower. They can sell their goods all over the world very cheap. We can't. So Trump was good at this. I don't care if you hated Trump or you like Trump, you got to give him credit. He knew what China was doing. He knew that China was going to do everything they can, buy all the dollars they can from us, hoard all the dollars, so they could get their currency down, so they could sell stuff all over the world that we can't. Because now the currency being the dollar so high, we're screwed. We can't sell anything. I mean, it's just amazing. This is what they're focusing on. So look, the only thing that's been working, stop going to those stupid tech stocks. They're not ready yet. The next big move is going to be gold. I told you oil, and I was right. Oil went up about 30%, and we're the first ones in oil. I'm telling you gold, but it's going to be a while. It's going to take a while. So if you join the gang, we got gold on our radar. We got stocks like Nike that went down 72%. All these other stocks that lost 70%. Those are stocks we're going to go after. Those are stocks that are on sale, but they're not ready yet because everything that Biden's doing is not going to get the stock market out of its downtrend channel. These earnings are a joke. So, in the meantime, why don't you just learn a little bit? Doesn't cost you anything. and learn what stock groups you should be in when you're in a situation like this.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. Are you a stock market investor without all the information?
What are you, nuts? Market's going up, market's going down. We're getting all this bad information.
How do you invest intelligently? Phil Grandy can show you.
If you want real information and you really want to know what the market's going to do and you want the truth, go to my site, philsgang.com, and also listen to me on my radio show every weekday at 3 o'clock Eastern.
Phil's got the answers at philsgang.com.
That's philsgang.com, where you get the truth and you get the information you need about the market.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. Over the years, I've successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, the advice, and the software that will take your investing to the next level. I have a team comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. And Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to run like hell, even short. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. You don't have to be a seasoned investor to benefit from Phil's Gang and platform. No matter what level investor you are, my strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for the 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Avoid market pitfalls and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day? That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners or shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com. You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
And at night when the cold wind blows, no one cares, nobody knows.
Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Look, all of us here at Phil's Gang, we're reaching out to you, especially for you people who lost money. There's nothing worse than losing money in the market. We're reaching out and telling you do have an option For 10 days, you get an education. Doesn't cost you a penny. We're going to do this, especially during this crisis. Where we start out
a lie one day.
We start out in the morning. Where I'll tell you exactly what I think the market's going to do. Give you some good information there. And then for 10 days free, you'll have the same information all my members have. So check it out. It works. Now, the reason that we're not going to get out of this downtrend channel and why I believe the S&P is going to go down another 30%, 20 to 30%, because we don't have QE anymore. Remember what drove the whole stock market was tech stocks. They're dead, dead, dead. And you should have been shorting them with us. Give you an example. Microsoft is down 33%. Microsoft, 33%. Barney's in that. He wasn't smart enough. I don't know what he gets paid a year. I think he gets like $12 million a year to advise you on TV. 33% he lost on it. NVIDIA, that's one of the hottest tech stocks, down 61%. Not only should you have caught some of that on the way down, even 30% of it, you should have caught at least half of it. But do you know when to buy it again? See, that's the problem. People don't know when to buy a stock other than listen to these financial shows that tell you, okay, it's on the bottom now, go ahead and buy in the dip. No. We'll show you that during your 10 days. When do you get back into NVIDIA? When do you get back into Microsoft? But more important, shorting. Now, Biden says this.
I know it's been a tough few years, but...
Oh, yeah, tough few years for him and his family. Are you kidding? They're making a fortune between Russia and China. Tough, yeah, right.
I know it's been a tough few years, but from day one, my administration was laser focused on easing the burden facing working class families.
How? By going back and setting up the TPP deal again? Are you kidding me? Where they're going to take jobs again away from Americans and ship them over to Singapore, ship them over to Vietnam, ship them over to Peru. And then when we sell the car over there, we got to pay 72% to get into the country. When we send them agricultural products, we got to pay a tariff of 40%. Are you telling me you're helping the working class? You killed the middle class. You killed the middle class. That's what you did. That's what socialists do. That's what they did in Cuba. When Castro took over, first thing, kill the middle class. Venezuela, first thing, kill the middle class. And that's what he and his left-wing nuts are doing, killing the middle class. Are you kidding me? Now listen to this genius. He's from Wharton.
We might have some quarters of negative growth earnings, but the long run still looks extremely favorable to me going forward.
Wrong, 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 wrong.
He's been wrong every time. He's been wrong every time. No wonder he's teaching in college, because you never can make money on the outside. Most professors are in the college because they don't know how to make money on the outside. And then they become socialists. Are you kidding me? Look, we got a problem with debt. First, we got a problem with the dollar. That's the real problem. Nobody even knows what that means, but we do. But the big problem is our debt, our world debt, our national debt, and our world debt. It's historic. First, it started out with Obama and Biden. He grew in 8 years more debt than all the presidents combined over the past 100 years, starting with Washington. Unbelievable. If you take the U.S. debt, and I forgot how many times it would go around the world. If you measured it going around the world, I don't know how many times, some crazy number. But think about it. It grew $8 trillion to hit an all-time new high. Man, that's incredible. That was on December 31, 2017. $247 trillion. An all-time new high, $247 trillion. That was up from $238 billion. That's crazy. We never had a recovery in this market. We never had a recovery. They did not recover. Everyone said 2008 we had no, they didn't recover. They brought QE in. We didn't have a recession. They brought QE in. And we had this fake rally for 13 years. They never fixed it. The only way you can fix something like this is you got to have a tough recession. So everybody goes and tighten their belts. The corporation, they tighten their belts. Everybody gets rid of all the excess stuff they don't need. Clean their balance sheet up. We suffer for about 6 to 12 months, but boy, when we come out, we're strong. They weren't willing to do that in 2008. Instead, they wanted to get the losses back to the wealthy. They want to get and so that way, how'd they do that? By doing QE. That's where they made money. By inflation. They purposely wanted inflation. All the printing of money was for QE, $133 trillion. They printed to move the stock market up, the NASDAQ, 1,200%. They printed that money to move up the S&P 640%. They never fixed what was wrong. They never took the banks and regulated them. They're the only ones that got out of it. They caused all the trouble, and they didn't regulate them. They bought their way out of that. And the banks are in deep trouble now because we have a liquidity shortage. That's right. We have a liquidity shortage, and the banks are in deep trouble. And they're covering it all up. They're covering it all up. When you have a liquidity problem, banks don't loan to banks overnight. The government has to come in, print money, and do it for them. That's more inflation. But there's an answer to all of this. I mean, think about it. We got the global debt is a quarter of a quadrillion dollars. I can't say the word quadrillion. Corporate debt is now up 74 trillion. Government debt, I'm talking about around the world, up 67 trillion. Financial debt, 61 trillion. 47 trillion household debt. We're talking globally. And that will kill us. There's nothing worse than debt. You know that. Everybody knows that. Debt is an awful thing. Debt can consume you. So the bottom line is that you need to do something about it. The administration that's in there right now is not going to do anything about it. It's always about power. It's always about the party. It's always about the party. Everything's the party. Party, party. Die for the party. What they're doing is they're not dying for the party. We're dying for the party. The middle class is everything. The middle class is what grows your country. The middle class is what makes us free. Middle class is what gives us democracy, is what gives us a republic. And they're killing the middle class. AOC, she wants communism. All of those characters want communism. They think it works. Middle class has not been helped by either the Democrats or the Republicans. Income is stalled. Income is stalled. Growth is stalled. But debt's rising. During that pandemic, wages started to climb at a fast rate, but that's over because companies had to beg somebody to come to work. If a job was $12, they paid them $25 to get them to work. Now that's all over, because what you haven't seen yet is the layoffs that's going to start coming now. See, that's when we go into stagflation. But you don't have to suffer through that as we go into stagflation. You don't have to suffer through the market going down another 20%. You don't. You can benefit from it. Just spend 10 days with myself and Steve and Willie. Just 10 days with us. Doesn't mean you have to come here to the office and sit with us. Everything's archived. Go to work. Come home. When you come home, you know we have laid out for you what stocks you should be buying. That's right, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Steve sets it up so you know exactly what stocks to buy. So I'm not the bearer of bad news. I'm the bearer of truth. So you got to do something about it, and we can help you. Check it out. Go to philsgang.com. Working Investor. We get started tonight.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.